Alright, we've got top 10 strongest pirate crews ranked in One
Today,
Piece.
we'll be explaining the top 10 strongest pirate crews in One
Okay.
Piece. We'll start with the Cross Guild, and in later parts of the video, we'll cover some of
I
the...
feel like every time you watch one of these is, you know, Luffy and his crew are never in the top, like, you know, top 3, let's say.
legendary
They're
pirate
never like top 1.
crews that are feared by everyone around the world.
They're always a bit
Cross Guild
lower.
is the
There's someone
newest pirate
stronger
crew
than them, you know?
introduced to the story, consisting of 3 former warlords of the sea.
So I wouldn't
Buggy,
expect them to be there.
Mihawk, and Crocodile.
Okay.
Out of any crew, the Cross Guild definitely has the most interesting creation story by far. The company was initially created by a partnership between Crocodile and Mihawk in order to hunt down Marines for bounties. Now, to fund this
For that
organization,
money.
Crocodile realized he needed money, so he went to Buggy to call up on a huge debt that the latter owed him. When he got there, he inadvertently saved Buggy from the Marine fleet that was attacking him. Because of this, Buggy's employees
had to
thought
pay
that Crocodile actually
debt.
saved him out of loyalty and created a poster that made it seem that Buggy was in charge of the entire Cross Guild. When the world government saw that Mihawk and Crocodile were supposedly serving under Buggy, they immediately promoted him to Emperor level and gave him the bounty of 3,189
That's interesting.
million bellies. The most interesting thing about this organization is that it's putting bounties on the Marines, which no one has tried to do before. However, it seems that the bounty amounts are indicated by symbols instead of money.
Stars?
This is really unfortunate, since it would be very interesting to see what would some of the Admiral bounties look like. At the end of each crew, we'll
That would
also
probably be, like,
estimate
crazy.
what each crew's total bounty would probably be, and some of the numbers will be totally insane.
Oh,
We
that's
currently
what I
know
just
the
said.
bounties of all Cross Guild members, so their combined bounty should be around 9 billion bellies.
Damn.
Number 9, Big
quite a
Mom
lot.
Pirates. The Big Mom Pirates are a large and powerful pirate group whose territory is known as Totoland, a fairy tale world containing
Totoland.
seemingly whimsical creatures who have a dark
Yeah,
side to them.
that's what it
the
looks
group's
like.
leader is Big Mom, and 85
Mama.
out of 129 members are actually her children. Man, she should get her own reality TV show. 85
What?
children and counting. Even at a young age, Big Mom had these hunger pains, which
Bro,
are moments when she
what
can't
is she
control herself
doing?
and starts eating everything in her path. This is exactly how she obtained her devil fruit, Soru no Mi, after unknowingly eating its previous owner.
Mama's
Besides
gonna
Big
chill.
Mom, the crew's 3 strongest pirates are called Sweet Commanders, and they're Charlotte Katakuri, Charlotte Cracker, and Charlotte Smoothie. An interesting fact about this crew is that it has the highest amount of known members by far. I mean,
Oh,
just look
damn.
at the official wiki. There has to be around 100 known members in here. The Big Mom Pirates are feared around the world, with many races
lot of
being
people.
terrified of them. A good example of this
In a
is that
crew.
Fishman Island citizens feared Big Mom so much that they agreed to produce 10 tons of candy she orders every month. Another reason everyone
She
fears
just
her
eat
is because
candy
she
all the
hunts
time?
the people that don't hit the subscribe button. Just make
Non-subscribers.
sure to hit it and you should be fine. The majority of other pirates are also scared of her, and it's common knowledge that if Big Mom invites you to her tea party, you better come, since if you refuse, you'll probably be sent a box with the head of someone close to you. Now, some of you may be wondering if they're really stronger than the Cross Guild, so let's explain that.
I mean, there's
You see,
like
although the
85 of
insanely
them, though.
powerful Mihawk and Sir Crocodile are members of the Cross Guild, there aren't any other notable members besides them. So unless you consider Buggy, Alvida, or Mr. 3 to be strong pirates, I really don't see a way Mihawk and Crocodile could take on the entire Big Mom's crew by themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
impossible. All main members
Big
of the
Mom's
Big Mom
kinda
Pirates
OP
have
by
their
herself,
bounties
I
revealed.
feel like.
So if we add the estimated bounties of all the other less important members, the number should be around 11,500 million bellies. With
That's
Big
not
Mom covered, we still have
a lot more
incredibly strong
than the
crews to
previous
cover.
group.
And the next one is everyone's favorite, Straw Hat Pirates. The Straw Hat
Yeah,
Pirates are
boy.
the primary pirate crew of the series. They were formed in the East Blue by Monkey D. Luffy, and since then, the crew has made a name for themselves by defeating many formidable foes and sailing through the Grand Line and New World. In addition, they have successfully liberated nations like Alabasta, Fishman Island,
Yeah.
Dressrosa, and even Wano, which was ruled by the world's
ultimate
strongest
team.
creature and emperor, Kaido. It's also important to mention that they managed to
I don't know.
achieve
I feel
all
like
of
this team is so good because it's made out of like friendship. You know, they love each other and they're best friends, right?
only 2 years from the start of their journey. Despite their small size of only 10 active members, the Straw Hats are an
I
extremely
feel like 10's quite-
diverse group.
it's a
Their
good
members'
number.
origins range from ordinary islanders and workers to bounty hunters, royalty, criminal gang members, and veteran pirates. At the end of the Dressrosa arc, the crew also became the leaders of an alliance called the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, which involves 7 pirate groups that sided with Luffy in his conflict with Doflamingo. This alliance
Interesting.
consists of 5,000 5,640 people who pledged their loyalty to Luffy and promised to come to his aid whenever he
How
needs
many?
them. From the beginning, Straw Hats have always set out to do what no one had thought possible.
5,600.
Many consider them insane. However, despite this, they managed to achieve almost impossible things, like finding the Sky Island, invading Ennie's lobby, and defeating CP9, infiltrating Totoland and participating in an assassination attempt against Big Mom, and even attacking the Beast Pirates' stronghold in Onigashima. Although Luffy is by far the strongest member of the crew, many others also possess notable strengths. Some examples are the pirate
Zoro.
hunter Verona Zoro,
Yeah,
Black
Zoro's pretty
Sanji,
insane.
and former warlord Jinbei, which all have bounties of over 1 billion bellies. Based on Luffy's new powers
Just
that
by
he awakened
themselves.
during his battle against Kaido and the crew's overall strength, they should be able to beat the Big Mom Pirates
See?
in all versus all battle. The
Okay.
individual bounties of all Straw Hat members are revealed, and the combined bounty for all of them is exactly 8,816,000,001,000 bellies. Number 7.
That's less
Blackbeard
than the
Pirates.
first one.
The Blackbeard Pirates are a dangerous, opportunistic.
See, that's what I said
evil
at the
rat-
beginning of the video. Like, Luffy and his squad, they're strong, but they're not the strongest in the world, which is kind of cool because it gives you, like, a progression, you know? If the character is, like, already overpowered, I know there's, like, animes where the character is, like, already overpowered, but obviously here, like, Luffy's not the strongest, so there's still more to do, like, defeat the next blah, 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 right? So it gives room for progression,
Ragtag group
which is
and
really
currently
cool.
one of the 4 strongest crews in the world. They're led by Marshall D. Teach, a man who aims to find the One Piece, just like many before him, and shake the world forever.
I wonder if they'll
His
actually find
cunningness
it at
and
the end of
dedication
anime.
know no bounds, as he spent over a decade as a member of Whitebeard Pirates, only because he wanted to use them to find the devil fruit he was searching for, the Yummy Yummy no Mi. The interesting thing about Blackbeard Pirates is that before the time skip, they actually used a wooden raft instead of a ship. I mean, imagine sailing over the Grand Line with this. These guys are on a
Scuffed ship, man.
completely different level. Even before the time skip, Blackbeard Pirates were a force to be reckoned with,
Bro.
as they managed to attack Drum Island, break into Impel Down's 4th level, and survive Sengoku's punch with
Started
little
from
to
the
no
bottom,
damage.
now we're here.
However, after the time skip, they became even stronger, with level 6 prisoners joining the crew and Blackbeard acquiring
Damn.
the powers of the Goru Goru no Mi. As proof of their strength after the time skip, they easily defeated the Whitebeard Pirates, who wanted to take revenge on them and seize their former territories. Although there's some notable members like Jesus Bergas, Shiryu of the Rain, and Van Augur, as of now, we don't know what bounties they have and how strong they really are.
They
Also,
could
the
have, like,
Blackbeard
really
Pirates have
high
recently gained
bounties,
a
right?
powerful ally, the former Marine Admiral Kuzan,
Oh,
making them even
the
more
frozen dude.
dangerous. Based on all this, I'm not really sure if the Straw Hats would be able to defeat them, especially considering Blackbeard's ability to nullify the powers of others.
I feel like if they were gonna defeat them, Luffy would need to be in like gear 6 or something like that. You
Also,
know?
since
You
we
need to
don't
get
have
a
much bounty information
higher
about
level.
this crew, I'll have to take a guess. If we count Aokiji as the crew member, I don't think it's a stretch to say that the crew's total bounty is probably around 11 billion bellies. Number 6. Golden Lion Pirates. Before the events
have
of
no
Roger's
idea
execution
about these
in
guys.
Looktown, Shiki and the Golden Lion Pirates were one
Nope.
of the major
Never
players
seen
in
that
the
before.
sea. Shiki and his pirate groups were one of the Pirate King's greatest rivals. They would constantly fight each other, with Shiki's crew even having an advantage a few times. Shiki also had the largest grand fleet in the world with over 50 divisions.
Oh my
I
God.
know what many of you are saying. Shiki is not a canon character, and therefore he shouldn't be on the list. Well, despite the majority of
I love
Shiki's
his
achievements being
haircut, man. It's
non-canon,
just a
he and the Golden
steering
Lion
wheel
Pirates
of the
are
ship.
confirmed canon characters, so it's only right that I put them on the list. The most interesting thing about this crew is their ship. It's called Island Ship, and as the name says, it's literally
It's
a
a
landmass
whole
with high
island,
trees
dude.
and long oars rowing
And
on
it
the
flies?
sides. The ship flies too. This is made possible
That's
by
what I
Shiki's
just said.
devil fruit power, Fua Fua no Mi, which allows him to fly and
Jeez.
levitate other things into the air. The other notable members
What?
besides Shiki are Scarlet, a giant gorilla, and Indigo, the crew's scientist. Unfortunately,
Cool
not
names.
much is known about these characters since all of their appearances were in movies and are not canon.
Oh.
None of the crew members, including Shiki, have known bounties.
It would be cool
making
to
it
see
pretty
them,
much
like,
impossible to
later
rank them
on
against
in-
other
in the
crews.
anime.
However, since they were one of Roger's biggest
if they
rivals,
haven't,
it's
like, shown, you know.
undeniable that they were a very strong crew, and because of that, I've put them
Hey?
at least above Blackbeard. Also, their
Okay.
bounty was probably around 8 to 10 billion bellies. All right, from here on,
Hard to
the total
speculate
bounties
something
start to
that's
become
non-canon,
pretty
right?
Insane, and you definitely don't want to miss the
Uh-oh.
bounties on the 2 strongest.
Is it gonna be
crews.
Whitebeard here?
Number 5. Red Hair Pirates. Although Red Hair Pirates are mostly shrouded in mystery, they're certainly one of the
Wait.
strongest pirate crews ever.
Why are they called red hair pirates when there's only one guy that has red hair? What? Okay.
Certainly one of the strongest pirate crews ever. Their leader is Red Hair Shanks, one of the 4 emperors, with
Okay.
an astonishing bounty of over 4 billion bellies.
Yeah, that's kinda
Besides
crazy.
Shanks, the most notable pirates in this crew are First Mate Ben Beckham, Cook Lucky Roo, and Snipe Yasop. A true testament to the crew's strength is that the world government greatly
related
feared
to
what would
Usopp?
happen if they and the Whitebeard Pirates were to form an alliance. Also, during the Battle of Marineford, as soon as the Red Hair
Dude,
Pirates
imagine if these guys like partner up with like Luffy's crew or something like that.
appeared, all fighting stopped, and no one wanted to fight against them. Even Teach, who had 2 Devil Fruit powers at the time, didn't want to engage Shanks and simply said he wasn't
biggest
ready to
plot
fight him
twist.
yet. The most interesting thing about the Red Hair Pirates is that no member, including Shanks, has Devil Fruit powers. You see, this is really interesting for a few reasons. Firstly,
How?
since they're a
They're, like,
really
insanely
crew,
strong
they
then.
definitely had a chance to eat a powerful Devil Fruit at some point, but chose not to for unknown reasons. This also means that all the crew members must be exceptional hockey users, as they were able to survive for so long in the New World. However, the majority
They
of
go
their
crazy
bounties are
with Haki, I
currently
guess.
unknown, so
And
we can't
Haki's stronger
estimate
than
how
a Devil
strong they
Fruit,
really
right?
are. I went back to reread some chapters and found out that there is actually one revealed bounty besides Shanks. It's the bounty of the crew's apprentice named Rockstar, who has a bounty of 94 million bellies. I mean, if a rookie has a bounty this high, I can only imagine what the officers' bounties are. They must all be in billions. This would make my estimate for their total bounty around 12 billion
What?
bellies.
Okay,
Number
that's
4,
just like
Beast
speculating.
Pirates. The Beast Pirates were an emperor crew consisting of animal hybrids who followed
man.
every command of their captain Kaido, the world's strongest
Kaido's
creature
insane,
and king
man.
of the beasts. Kaido is an
King
unstoppable
of the
force of nature whose
beasts.
skin is so tough, he survived every execution attempt on his life and was believed to be truly invincible.
Wait,
Like this
for real?
incredible toughness wasn't enough, he also had the mythical Zoan-type devil fruit, Uo Uo no Mi, which allowed him to transform into a giant dragon. At one point, Beast
I just
Pirates
feel like
attempted
him
to attack
himself,
Whitebeard
you know,
Pirates
is
in the hope of killing
insanely
Whitebeard,
strong.
something no one in the world would dare to do. They also managed to conquer Wano and had many of the country's samurai working for them as subordinates. The true
Yeah,
strength
cool.
of this crew lies in their underworld connections. Due to Kaido's alliance with Doflamingo and Caesar Clown, they had access to Smiles to help form an army of over 500 artificial Zoan Devil Fruit users. The sheer number of crew members
Holy.
with Smile Fruit forced both Luffy and Zoro to retreat after they attempted to assault Kaido's castle. Other notable members besides
Wait, they
Kaido
tried to do
are his
that?
Right Hand Man, King, Jack the Drought, and Queen. Despite
Luffy's
the
team's
overwhelming
got
power
balls,
of both
man.
Kaido and all of his crew members, Straw Hat Pirates eventually defeated them during the Wano arc, and Kaido's crew lost the Emperor status. The majority of Beast Pirates bounties were revealed in the show,
Get
so their
wrecked.
total bounty should be similar to Red Hair Pirates at around 12 billion bellies. Number 3.
Not bad.
Whitebeard Pirates.
Whitebeard!
The Whitebeard Pirates were
Ice.
formerly one of the strongest pirate crews in the world. Their captain, Whitebeard, was one of the 4 emperors and one of the few people to have ever been a match for the Pirate King in a fight. They were very different from any other pirate crews, as Whitebeard didn't at all care about treasures. He instead had a great desire for family, which
Aw.
he believed was the greatest treasure one could have.
Oh,
Whitebeard
I
commands
love
a
that.
massive pirate fleet.
What an
controlling
honorable
many
man.
subordinate crews in the New World and having 16 divisions of his own, with each one having its respective captain. Whitebeard's crew is arguably the
Makes
one
sense,
the world
makes
government
sense.
feared the most. Because of this, they were prepared to use pretty much the entire Marines,
All of
including
them?
all admirals and 7 warlords of the sea, to fight Whitebeard pirates. And even then, they
Dang.
weren't sure if they'd manage to defeat them. Sengoku also said that with his Devil Fruit, Whitebeard had the power to destroy the entire world. Although Newgate's crew was incredibly powerful,
No
they
way.
weren't by any means invincible. We can easily see this during the Marineford arc, where several commanders were severely injured while trying to save
Imagine
Ace,
Whitebeard's
and
just
when
like one day's
Blackbeard
like,
Pirates
"Fuck
ambushed
it,
and
man."
killed the crew's captain, Whitebeard.
Destroys the
Some
whole
notable
world.
members besides Whitebeard were Marco the Phoenix, Ace, Jozu, Thatch, Vista, and at one point, even Kizuki Odin himself.
Ooh.
Okay, so, if we assume that all the Whitebeard Pirates are currently alive and that Odin is also part of the crew, the estimated total bounty should be around 13 billion bellies.
That's the highest
which
one
is the
so
highest
far.
bounty we had so far on the list. Before we
Bro!
explain the absolute strongest crew on the list, let's first cover the Roger Pirates. Roger Pirates were
Are these
the
like the
legendary
OGs?
crew with Goldie Rogers the captain. This crew traveled around the Grand Line in search of Laugh Tale, and the things they did were by many considered to be legends. Like the Red Hair Pirates, Roger's crew wasn't relying on Devil Fruit abilities, and Roger himself didn't possess any. By far, their most important feat is
There
that
should
they
be like a
managed to find
prequel
all
to
4
the story.
rogue poneglyphs and reach the final
And
island,
like a movie or
Laugh-Tale.
something.
With
That'd be
this,
cool.
members of the crew discovered the
Unless
true
there's
history
already
of
one
the
like that.
world, the events of the Void Century, and the meaning of the initial D, things only a handful of people in the world know. This led to Roger being given a bounty of 5,564,800,000
Bro,
bellies. The
he's
highest
got half of Whitebeard's crew just by this one guy.
recorded bounty in history.
That's
Sometime after
insane.
finding the One Piece, Roger turned himself in, and his pirate crew was disbanded. The world government executed Roger shortly after, but not before he said his legendary final words. You want my treasure? You can have it. I left everything I gathered together in one place. Now you'll just have to find it. Even after 25 years since the
What a
crew's
troll,
separation,
dude.
some members
He's
still
like,
have active bounties.
yeah, man, you're gonna die, but yeah, I'm gonna troll you guys. What if there's no treasure? But hey, you can go
They're
look for it.
constantly chased by the world government. Since Whitebeard and Roger Pirates battled each other many times over the years, and each time it ended in a draw, it's obvious that the crews are of almost equal strength. I chose
Okay,
to put
makes
Roger
sense,
Pirates
makes
higher
sense.
on the list because of their legacy, but it could have easily been the other way around. By now, you're
Reverse
probably
Uno.
wondering what was the Roger Pirates' total bounty. Well, unfortunately, this information was never revealed by Oda, but I'll still try to answer it. If we assume Odin to be a part of the Rogers crew, I believe their total bounty was definitely over 15 billion bellies.
Wow.
Number 1, Rocks Pirates.
Wait, there's more?
Imagine being so
I
powerful
thought that was the
and
number 1.
influential that the world government had to erase you from all history books and cover up that you ever existed. Well, this is exactly how powerful Rocks D. Zebek and his pirate crew were. Okay, you may be wondering, how can this pirate crew be stronger than some of the other crews we mentioned? Well, you'll quickly understand that as soon as I tell you who were the members of this famous crew.
Okay.
Besides Rocks, who was the captain, some of the others were Kaido,
Rax.
Charlotte Linlin, Shiki,
Oh,
and
this was
even
like-
Whitebeard.
What?
Yep, you heard
Whitebeard?
it right. The
What are you
world's
doing?
strongest man, king of the beasts, one of the world's strongest
Dude, that was like
swordsmen,
the
and
ultimate
Big Mom
team.
were once a part of the same crew.
Holy.
Under Rock's leadership, this group became the most feared pirate crew in history.
Yeah.
They went across the world doing whatever they
What?
wanted with zero regards for the repercussions or fear of being captured. And why would they fear? There were no Marines or pirates strong enough to ever stop them. Okay,
That's
I know what you're
crazy.
thinking. How are these guys ever defeated? Well, you see, Rocks wasn't only the world government's worst enemy, he was also the biggest rival of the Pirate King. So the strongest Marine at that time, Garp, and the strongest pirate besides Rocks, Roger, teamed up and finally put an end to Zebek's tyranny. The interesting thing
Damn.
about this crew is that after its disbandment, every known member became a famous pirate and formed a crew of their own.
I mean,
Now, in
makes
terms of
sense,
bounty,
man.
This one is really hard to estimate because we don't know a single bounty from the Rocks crew. However, based on how much the world government wanted him dead, I'd say his bounty was definitely
Yeah.
similar to Rogers, if not higher.
Probably
This
higher.
would put his entire crew probably at around 13 to 15 billion bellies.
Jeez.
Click on this video where we covered
That
all
was
deep
crazy.
members
That's
in
actually a
One
really
Piece.
good video.
Wait,
That was super good. Thank you for watching this video, and also thank you very much to all of my supporters over at Patreon. If you'd like to see these videos earlier, head on to Patreon, and if you want to see more videos, click the videos here for more videos from me.